Are we going to start to identify which parts of the car are most important for the next Z?
That's right. Every designer has a different experience of Z. So yeah, we want to kind of try to create the next Z-ness.
Great. Well, I look forward to that, and let's see what all the teams bring us.
That's right. Every designer has a different experience of Z. So yeah, we want to kind of try to create the next Z-ness.
Great. Well, I look forward to that, and let's see what all the teams bring us.
That's right. Every designer has a different experience of Z. So yeah, we want to kind of try to create the next Z-ness.
Great. Well, I look forward to that, and let's see what all the teams bring us.
I think Z-Car's point is join modernity and heritage, and simple and solidity mass. We respected from 240Z and 300ZX. I think this car's shape is very iconic, and any detail is very unique. Simple and solidity mass. We respected from 240Z and 300ZX. I think this car's shape is very iconic, and any detail is very unique. Simple and solidity mass. We respected from 240Z and 300ZX.
The prototype concept is authentic and also urban design. Authentic inspiration from the 240. This is the origin of the Z car. And also urban design is designed from the second generation of the 300 Z car. It's kind of more modern and high-tech feeling. This is the origin of the Z car. And also urban design is designed from the second generation of the 300 Z car. It's kind of more modern and high-tech feeling. This is the origin of the Z car.
This layout is very unique. 3 heritage analog meter. This is emotion value is on the top of the IP and the next event and the 9-inch center display that is supported by strong straight console. 3 heritage analog meter. This is emotion value is on the top of the IP and the next event and the 9-inch center display that is supported by strong straight console. 3 heritage analog meter. This is emotion value is on the top of the IP and the next event and the 9-inch center display that is supported by.
We would like to express the sportiness of Z around this kind of yellow. And our very important thing is heritage and newness. We would like to express the sportiness of Z around this kind of yellow. And our very important thing is heritage and newness. We would like to express the sportiness of Z around this kind of yellow. And our very important thing is heritage and newness.
Whoa, what is going on, everybody? I got noise coming in everywhere. I got videos playing everywhere. Man, this is your Nissan Nation Productions, and I am your host, David Boyd. And boys, ladies, whoever, we made it, guys. We cheers to everybody. We made it. This week was a hell of a week for Nissan. I do not know if you guys were excited or what, but you do know that there was a new Nissan popped out, right? Something we've been waiting for a long time. And oh, look, it's a Podcast Kitty. What's up, Podcast Kitty? Wow, I'm going to have to go through. Yes, thank you, Joe, for the like and subscribe. Guys, if you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe. We are almost 2,300 or 3,300 subs on here. The Z was good to us this week, and I appreciate that. And I appreciate, if you're new to the channel, once again, I do appreciate everybody being on here. And hopefully you can hear me all right. And, you know, we'll go from there, right? Let's see. Wow, I'm good. All right, so I've just double checked. You can hear me, so we're good. Once again, if you would like and subscribe to this, we've when you like and subscribe, it tells newer Nissan people that may not know about the show, hey, I like this, you might like this, and so then, you know, Google and YouTube and all that does its thing. So, guys, what is up, man? Let's see. We got Frank B in the house. We got Joe Taylor. We got Ronald with Nissan Hawaii Nation. Mr. Joe Taylor with his Nissan community page. I appreciate you guys being in. Oh, looky there. We got Mr. Tim Esterthal with Pickup Trucks and SUVs dropping me a $5 bill. I appreciate that, Tim. And, you know, I'm going to return it. I'm just going to give it right back to you. Me and Tim have this thing going on. I go to his live streams and throws him a couple dollars, and then he comes to mine and throws it right back. So I do appreciate that. Let's see who else we got in here. Frank B. Oh, so we got the Silver Warrior in the house, man. What's up, guys? Whoa, Kelly dropping making Tim look like nothing there. Guys, if y'all want to keep battling for supremacy on super chats, I'm all about it. I kid, man. I kid. Let's see. Ramesh is in the house. What is up, buddy? What is going on, guys? Man, like I said, we've had a heck of a week, guys. I'm damn near speechless about this Nissan Z. I don't know if you guys are as excited as I am. Yeah, you got one up, Tim. You got one up. Shoeless Joe Taylor. Oh man. Anyways, so guys, I've got a couple little bit of this B footage rolling. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Hopefully what you saw at the beginning, you enjoyed it. But I'm gonna have to go through. Let's mute that. Sorry guys. I'm little technical difficulties there. But guys, I want right off the bat. You've heard me and Danny talk about this thing, and we all talked for 2 hours the other night. And guys, we had over 8,000 views on that live stream. I cannot believe it. That's damn near, well, it is the best live stream we've ever done, and with your help, I appreciate you guys like spreading the word. What was really cool about that live stream was as soon as Nissan got done with, because you guys kept us trending, when Nissan was done with theirs, it flipped right to our channel. So we dropped to about 400 people watching, then all of a sudden it just shot right back up, man. So once again, if you're new, I tip my hat to you, and you've helped us get here. If not, so what is going on, man? Guys, my girls softball team, we won our second game tonight. Little 10-year-olds just killing it out there, and I'm pumped up, man. I am pumped up. Yes, lots of trolls though. I do agree, man. That's the problem when you get 6 to 1,000 people in a chat room all at once. Them BMW super trolls keep coming, don't they? And let's see. I don't think I need these right now. I don't need these at all right now. So first off, I see you guys talking about colors. So let's get into this thing just a little bit. Color, that yellow. Okay, so you saw me and Danny's reaction when that car you seen the tail coming through, and I was like freaking out. I was like, holy crap, this thing is Yes, I think Ramesh, the Frontier would be off the charts. But this thing, like those taillights, you see those kind of 300 taillights just kind of going through there, and I was like, oh my God, is this it? This is it's happening. Like the car is coming out because let's see, 2008 is when the last sort of revision to the Z was done, and I know people argued with me about it, but I don't think it was. They want to call it a next generation, and I don't really think that 300Z was a next generation or the 370Z. But that doesn't mean it wasn't cool, because I think that design is probably, that's my favorite other than the 300 is that 370. But this thing rolling out, we've seen them taillights, and it instantly brings back my childhood of the 90s, man, when I just started driving and dreaming of a 300ZX. It just brought back those memories. And then you get to see the side profile, which we've all kind of seen that in those teaser videos. That's one thing that I think Nissan sort of, they could have done a little better. Their teaser videos really gave the car away badly, in my opinion. Like the one where you see all of them rolling through the desert. Like that was pretty easy to decode that one. The next one's in the dark. It was pretty easy to decode those. You could add some light, to the room and you could see it. But I seen this yellow, and at first, guys, like Danny's told you, I like bright colors, man. I really do. And I'm gonna fix this down a little bit. There we go. I gotta pimp out my buddy's up in Michigan, his club. Anyways, the color, I was a little disappointed in that color. Now, like if you saw in that video beforehand, that before the show started, they had all their panels, like it. For these display cars they go through a lot of effort, like trying to find the perfect color, man. It because they know everything rides on these concept, and prototype vehicles. And I wasn't disappointed with that yellow, but it's by no means like my favorite would be that dark canary yellow, and I think it would have shown the lines off a little bit better. But whatever, this is more of a traditional like the early Z colors were, and I get it. I know because they're already playing. You're already playing on that audience. Like you can't get past that. You look at this car and you go, well, that's a 240 to 280Z pretty much all day except for the taillights. But the color, whatever. And then, we're all freaking out about it, and we've seen the headlights. Once again, I think that was something Nissan just poorly did. I would have never showed those headlights. I would have showed the outlines of those the running lights, and that's all I would have done. But is what it is. Nissan, like I think this was a home run for them. Other than the fact that all the super trolls, those BMW super trolls were out in force, like trying to attack the video and stuff. And you're like, guys, can they get the car out before we just like rip it to shreds? But I was pretty pleased with it, guys. And from what I can tell, what I could keep up in those chat rooms with you guys, like you all seem pretty yeah, Joe's like, I had my work cut out as a moderator. Yeah, Joe, I was going to add some help for there, but I couldn't make it work, man. I was going to try to get Frank in there to help you out. Kelly says Frontier Bourbon. Of course it's Frontier Bourbon night. God, it's good. That, and it's a Dr. Pepper, to help you keep talking. Because, guys, let me say, like 2.5 hours or whatever me and Danny did the other night, that was a lot of talking. That was a lot of talking, man. And I was texting Kelly. I was like, she was down in the house, and I was like, I need something. Like, bring me something. And she was like quietly like sneaking over here trying to bring me something. But once again, let's see. Frank B says that color hit a lot of lines. I would agree with that. Joe Taylor says teasers a little too revealing. I would agree with that. I mean, obviously, I just said that. Let's see. Kelly wants that thing. He's like, yes, and a metallic blue would be a great choice. Yeah, like that kind of electric blue that they did the Xteras in for a little bit, and they did the Frontier in. That would be great. I think that green that they did the Xterra in a few, well, let's see, it's like 13 somewhere in there. I think it was 13. They did the Xterra in a green. I think it would be a fun color on this car. And the thing with this car and colors, obviously we don't know all the details to this thing yet. We're gonna learn some details. It's not a big deal. We'll figure out more, and that's part of the game. But if Nissan does not come out with a bunch of fun colors for this car, they cannot be conservative. Like, obviously, like this is it's based still on the FM platform. No way around that. And the reasons for it, I've heard a lot of people already fussing that, they developing on this old tech. Well, guess what? Toyota couldn't develop a sports car on their own. They had to go enlist BMW. Basically, they used BMWs and tweaked just a few things about it to build a Supra. And you know, I teased calling it a BMW Supra and all that, which it is a BMW. Let's face it. That doesn't mean it's not a good car and that Toyota hasn't had their hands in it. Yes, they have. But Toyota, who's one of the most profitable companies out there and one of the largest, they knew like, hey, it's not profitable for us to design a new sports car and just try to sell that, which is why look at the BRZ. They took the BRZ to make whatever the 15 things they called that thing, the 86 or whatever they end up calling that thing. Like, they know they have to have partners to build these things. And the only thing about that GT86 or whatever they initially called it, I think like they could have made it look a little different. Like it was literally just a badge on the front of that thing and that was it. But Nissan, once again, this car I think needed to be a home run. And I'm going to say it was a triple with potential. We're still playing. So could be a play at home. Or, like, I don't know. Like the ball may be going over the fence, but we don't know. The guy's running back to catch the ball. But I think ultimately, though, I think this was a big day for Nissan. I think Nissan learned, hey, people still like us and they still love us. And when they, you know, I was talking that the thing's still on basically the same platform that keeps a manual transmission car going. Like the manual, they may update it slightly, but let's not act like that's going to be groundbreaking. There was no need to. The manual transmission, the 6-speed in the 370Z is perfectly fine. Like there's certain times when there's leap forwards. You know, if you go from a manual to a dual clutch, a paddle shift, yes, I cannot shift as fast with that manual transmission as a dual clutch is going to do. But that manual transmission, for what this is supposed to be, keeps you connected to the road. People want somewhat of a, I'll say, affordable sports car. If this thing's not in the $40,000 to $60,000 range, then you know they can't get into the 70s. That'll kill it. They want to be able to go buy this car and go have fun with it. I see Z's. I'm in Middle Tennessee, home of Nissan. Z's in every garage. I can tell you that. We have a lot of Z's here, man. And that's what this car is. It's kind of like a Jeep Wrangler is, you know, you don't take them out in the winter, really. You park them in your garage. When the spring gets in there, you drop the top or whatever, and you go have some fun. That's the same thing with this car, especially if you live up north. This car stays in the garage a big chunk of the year. When it's warm, you bring it out and you have some fun. So let's see. We got some questions here. Langston Reese, hello, sir. Hi, back to you. Let's see. Kelly says that old green. Yeah, I'll find it. I'll see if I can stream a picture up here in a minute and find it for you. I just think they need some like different colors. Like obviously you've got your reds, your whites, blues, this yellow. There's certain things that, yes, kind of staples of sports cars, but they do need to go try some things with this car. This has brought Nissan a lot of goodwill. I mean, like this has helped Nissan get kind of some limelight they needed, some positive stuff too, not just sort of, well, it's Nissan, you know, that's pretty cool. This kept them all week in the spotlight. Everybody, manufacturer, car driver, everybody was writing about this thing, man, which is good. By the end of the week, guess what? Here comes the, we're going to crap on Nissan, man, where they start whining that, it's, you know, it's just, I think it was Car and Driver that was like, basically said, well, you know, it's just a 370Z. And you're like, no, really? Duh. I mean, look at the interior. You can damn near tell the interior is it's a leap forward, but it's still like the vents, everything about that vents, the pods up top, everything is damn near identical. But you want a sports car. You wanted the next Z. This is how Nissan was going to do it. Now, if this is a home run, yes, they can throw a bunch more money into it and maybe update it every 15 years. I don't know. Let's see. At least it wasn't burnt orange. You mean Tennessee Fall burnt orange? Kelly says, no, I wouldn't want that color at all. I will say one of the things that I like and dislike at all at the same time is the two-tone roof. I like that the roof is all, and I mentioned this in the podcast or in the stream. I like that the roof is two-tone, but it's right above that chrome. I just feel like that should have been yellow somehow. I just feel like it's almost, the chrome is kind of goofy the way it breaks up the black on black from the windows and stuff. But I'm going to be nitpicky here, guys. And these are just my opinions. There's nothing I say that determines anything about this car. Let's see. Kelly says, I wish the Z badge was on the front instead of the Nissan burger. I don't know, man. I don't know. I have to think on that one, Kelly, and get back with you on that. Let's see. I like that the Z badge is in that historic spot of those the 240, 260, 280s. I like that it's back there. This car is definitely made to be a throwback. Like, clearly. Like, you know, I think that GM and Ford and everybody's done their versions of throwbacks, but, and I won't say this one's any better than those, you know, kind of throwbacks, because really, like, Ford and Chevy and all them kind of kicked off this phase of hey, let's kind of do a throwback car. But I don't know. I like the Z logo where they're showing it there. And once again, this car is subject to change. You know, they said in the video, yes, this is it's a prototype and it's pretty close. There's Danny. I love that they said, oh, you know, all these people are like, oh, this is, you know, this is it. And it's like, no, they're going to change, like that grill. So let's get into that grill a little bit. Let me do some positives there. Look at that grill. All right, that top of that grill, that's definitely 280, you know, 240, 280, or yeah, 240, 260, 280 all day long. The very top is. The bottom, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like Danny pointed this out early in that reveal that he was in love with this car, but the grill was a little goofy. The more I sit on that grill, the more I would agree that, yeah, that the top definitely brings back some love of that. But I've seen some renderings already where they've taken and split that with a yellow piece of molding, kind of like the old bumpers were. And I think if they went that way, that would be definitely a home run. I don't know who that is. Sorry. People calling me. But I think that would definitely be that would be definitely a home run if they were to put that molding across there like that and just break that black grill up. Now, the reason they need a big grill like that is twin turbos. Yes, that's right. This thing is getting a twin turbo V6, and they need a lot of cooling for those. You've got intercoolers and stuff out there that need a lot of cooling, and the rest of the car is a bullet, so the only way you're going to get a lot of air is right there. Maybe, obviously, this thing hasn't gone through a ton of wind tunnel time, but maybe there's a reason for that of why they can't do that. I don't know. Sorry, guys. Let me check this real quick. Anyways, junk mail. I thought it could have been something cool. Could have been one of my sources. Anyways, I think that they will do something on that grill. Obviously, this is certain things they want to throw people off about too. They want to show this car and give you a good idea of the shape and what it's going to look like. But they definitely, on these concepts, do not get them wrong. They throw things out there to, like, let's just see what people think of it. And I think the grill in general has been a kind of a hit or miss. Let's see. Let's get into some comments. Let's see. That Nismo version Danny saw from Z1 was fire. That it was, Danny. And everybody wished Danny a happy birthday. It was actually yesterday was Danny's birthday, but we're going to wish Danny a birthday today. And Danny, you know I love you, buddy. Happy birthday, man. And I know you're about to have some fun tonight, so go have some fun. And maybe we can steal you for those live Sunday shows that from All Terrain Nation. And if you haven't yet, go to our channel, All Terrain Nation, and like and subscribe to that channel, please, because I threw out some cool. Me and old pickup truck and SUVs may be having some debate about it, but what I think it is versus what he thinks it is. But there's a new video. I'll leave it at that. So guys, let's see that front grille. Obviously, you can see the new thinner burger there, the Nissan logo. Obviously, all cars going forward are going to have that, including the new Frontier and stuff. I know everybody's like, oh, they're going to wait for Aria. No, once they showed that and they've changed all their websites and everything, that's the logo now. So, anyways, let's see who else we got in here. We got anybody cool in here? There is the Crocs, Croy McCready. What's up, buddy? I should see Croy next Friday, actually. And expect this week that, so ZCon is going on, and I don't know if you guys saw that ZCon, you know, they had a big reveal party for this. Nissan brought out a big stage. They had Adam Carolla there, which was really cool. And I'd been told that a few weeks ahead of time that was going to happen, obviously, depending on the pandemic situation of, you never know how that's going week to week, but that was going to happen, and I would like to have been there for it, but I think being with you guys here on the video was much more important, and clearly at over 8,000 views, it was much more important. Let's see, Danny says the grill is growing on him just a little bit. Let's see what else we got here. The interior, Joe Taylor says the interior of those virtual gauges really surprised me, considering we saw the 2021 Frontier spy photos and nothing was really new. Yes, I would agree with you, Joe. And remember the spy photos we've seen of the Frontier, there's nothing final about that. Sometimes I believe that they allow those gauges to be, because normally all those in the spy trucks, they're all covered. They don't want you seeing anything. But I think maybe they throw a bone out there every once in a while and like, how are people going to react to that? Let's see. Frank B says, glad to see manufacturers staying true to the tradition with the manual. Unlike Chevy, Corvette without a manual option is an abomination. I don't know, man. Frank, I would disagree on that C8. Obviously, this is a Nissan show. But I think that where the C8 was headed, that it's not playing in the same sports car ground anymore. Because the way I see like things like the BRZ, the way I see the Supra, obviously the Z now is, Corvette used to sort of always be the king of this level. And it was generally the more expensive option. Corvette's jumping into the supercar realm, and these guys are staying where they're at. So for a Corvette, to jump in that realm, obviously it needed that dual clutch system. So I don't know. One day I'll get to drive one of those C8s, and maybe for All Terrain Nation, and we'll find out. Let's see. Ian's asked, do you think there will be a reliability issues being the higher output engine than the current Infiniti engine? I've heard the Q60 engine is a bit questionable. Some of the things that Q60 engine is, that 3-liter, if you're talking about the Red Sport, is some of the minor problems they've had with that thing is the turbos. They're just a little too small for that car, honestly. And did Nissan throw that car out there for this, which is what Infiniti's all about? Usually you take your Cadillacs and you throw out the new tech, let people that can afford to buy those buy them, and let's see how it works. And then you, down in the old reliable Nissan area, you make sure that it's right. I've talked to Ian. I've talked to Z1 about some of that stuff, and they've thrashed that. So the Z1 in the intro video that you watch, if you've seen it, you'll see me in a Z1 370Z. Well, that has the 3-liter twin turbo setup in it with a manual transmission. And now they've pepped that motor up even more than what it was, but they've in their opinion, they've thrashed that thing, they've tracked that thing, they've had a lot of fun in that thing, and they've not really had any big issues with it. I think the only issues is they had a slight overheating issue depending on what they're doing with the car, but obviously the front end of that car was not designed with twin turbos in mind. So I think it's pretty dependable, and Infiniti has used that thing for a long time. That motor's been in what, since, I'm off my head here, but I think 13, 14, something like that. So it's got a lot of miles on it. So I think it's going to be all right. Obviously, anytime you get a little sports car like this and you start thrashing on it, there's user error and things like that. Let's see. Oh, so where it says the host with his hums and ums, and you couldn't stop laughing. You'll hear a lot of ands and uhs from me from time to time, and it's in the 5 years that I've been broadcasting that I still fight it. That's a tough one, and part of that, I don't know if you guys go back and watch that a little bit, because you see the car roll out, and I hate Nissan on the tires. That's me. I hate that. I think it's the dumbest thing ever. I would rather seen those blacked out. Clearly, we're watching a Nissan live stream. I know what the car is. And all the renderings that I've seen people do, they leave that on there, and I'm just like, just please take that off. It's easy fix. Let's just get rid of that Nissan around the tires. We know, but but the host. So the tires, you see them roll out, and they weren't perfectly lined up the way you would want them. And then you see the door open up and all that, and then clearly the tires everything's perfect. And obviously it was a pre-recorded shot, and but the live stream part of it was, where they're sitting there was live. But I caught that, and I doubt too many caught that. But let's see. Square grill isn't so hot. Frank B says, we finally have a home run. Joe Taylor says, now let's make it into production. Well, so even before this, Joe, a lot of people were like, oh, it's going to be a 2023 or 2023 is when they were all like, that's. And once again, I was told by Nissan, any car that you've seen in that teaser video where they're all lined up and coming at you at the end, they were all 18 months out. So this car is coming. When was that? That was June, was it? I think June when that teaser video popped. So this car, you're going to see this car as a 2022, late November to February, sometime around then of let's see, of 2021. Yeah. So I think it's more likely that, it's more likely it's a 2021 of anywhere from August to December, somewhere in there's when you're going to see it as a 2022, but you will see that car soon. Let's see. I'm gonna roll through the chats here and see what everybody's talking about. Yes, Joe Taylor, we are going to talk about that Frontier in just a minute. I want to wrap up with the Z a little bit. I've got a couple more things here. Let's see. So we got to the front grille. Let's get to the front of this car. There you can see that grille again. Once again, it doesn't bother me that bad. Yeah, it kind of looks a little bit like they could break that up, but it's not that bad. But the side of this car, man, is just pure sexy, man. It does bring back the very Fairlady Z's like they had on the rear hatch. That time period, I think they did a great job. I've heard some people fussing about the lights. I think they look good. Doesn't bother me. Could you went with the more traditional round light? Sure, but you could also just might as well brought out the 240 body and just restamped it and to make people happy. But this car was never going to make everybody happy either. I think the wheels that they put on this thing, the 19s, are perfect. Those would be in production. Let's see what else we got there as we're rolling through this. Joe Taylor says Z May 28th. 28th. Let's see. Yeah, no problem, man. Thank you for asking a question. Let's see who else we got on here that may have a. Oh, Tim with his Wagoneer BS. Tim, let's do a live show in the next week or so. Let's plan that, man. Let's fight about that thing. It's gonna be fun. A lot of happy birthdays for Danny. Let's see. Brian says they should make the Z a sub brand and use similar designs for a sporty crossover. I don't think Nissan has the money for that, Brian. Nissan, they're part of the problem with this staying on the FM platform is it's a money issue. Would they like to redesign? Yes, that's every designer's dream is to make the old better. But Nissan's working on a budget here, definitely. And once again, when we had Spencer on with Z1, like he was hoping that there would be some very much crossover, so it helps aftermarket real quick. And of course, they're all about racing. Let's see. Joe Taylor says 16 was the first year of the VR V6. Thank you, Joe. I knew it was somewhere around then, but I thought it was maybe 15 or so. Let's see. Croy says if it was a face, it would look super happy going down the road. Well, look at Croy. Look at those Mazdas that you see. Definitely the MX, whatever they call it now, 5, the Miata. It definitely smiles at you going down the road. Let's see. Silverware says the specs, and during the live stream, you and Danny both spoke about the size of the brakes and the power possibilities. Can I hit on that again? Sure, Silver Warrior. So Nissan was very specific. They teased you with a V6 twin turbo. They didn't say which one or what they were doing. They've got a 3.7 in there that they could definitely twin turbo. It already makes that I think 338, something like that horsepower. There's no guarantee that we're getting that 3.0. It makes sense. It definitely makes sense, but there's no guarantee that is the motor. but it also makes sense that that motor's already making 400 horsepower, and with a slightly bigger turbo, you're 420, 425 easily without doing anything. Let's see, what was else to see? And the brakes, yes, those were definitely they looked like 6-piston GTR brakes on that thing, is what they looked like. Now I'm only commenting about what it sort of looked like. I can't really say much more than that because Nissan's not giving us any details on that. So definitely 19s though. There was some specifications they pulled out. There's a sheet. I don't know if I could pull it up quickly enough, but there was a sheet where they sort of broke down it. The car is actually a hair narrower than the 370Z, which I thought was really cool. Because the 350, 370 were starting to get a little wide in the hips, man. A little too wide, in my opinion. A lot of people's opinion. That was kind of one of the complaints about that car, is it kind of was getting pig-like and a little heavier than it should. Let's see. But in my opinion, I think it will get silver. I think it will get the 3-liter. Let's see. Joe Taylor says the interior looks like it has a 9-inch screen from the Titan. Let's see, Joe. Can I pull? Let's see if I can pull some movie magic here, and find that. Nope. Well, there we go. Bam. All right. It's for you, Joe Taylor. And now I'm editing this on the fly, man. So have patience with me, guys. I'm gonna try to if I can zoom in on that radio for Joe. So once again, have patience. I'm not sure what this thing's gonna look like. All right, there you go, Joe. There's your radio. It could be, Joe. I don't know. I do like how it's not sticking up out in the window. I'll definitely say that. I like that that's in a sports car. I don't need everything in my face. Obviously, you want those gauges in there, which are kind of redundant because you've seen the same gauges in the digital screen. I will say one thing, Joe, that I really, this is probably my favorite thing that Nissan did in this car, that they blacked out everything that would normally be sort of platinum and chrome. They blacked that out, and I like that, and they need to keep that. Keep the focus completely on the road. I don't need any bright lights or reflections distracting me from what this car is intended to do, is drive fast. So I definitely think, please, Nissan, keep those gauge clusters all blacked out like that. In my opinion, a very, very big home run. I even like the definitely that steering wheel is sort of infinity. I have heard that people were fussing about why are they not giving us a flat bottom steering wheel. I think you will get one. I think that this car, we and Danny had talked about, maybe they offer a 4-cylinder and a 6-cylinder, kind of like what Supra's doing. Obviously, if you do that, you want to make that 6-cylinder worth more, more value there. So I think you do offer more of a racing steering wheel. But I like a flat bottom, but it's not the end all be all. There's nothing about a flat bottom that makes me drive any better than the normal steering wheel. Let's see. Anybody else? Let's see. Ian says he thinks the flat bottom steering wheel would be a nice touch. I do agree. Once again, I'm not like, it's not the end all be all for me. It does look sportier, yes, and Nissan has options for that, but. That definitely, I believe that steering wheel is definitely infinity. Joe, that you are correct. The Rogue does have a flat bottom. Let's see. Any other Z things y'all want to talk about before I move on? Because one more thing. Let's bring this up front and center. Let me get rid of that out of the way. All right, that rear end of that car. I've heard this, and people are justified in sort of fussing about this car. That rear end, I like it. Once again, like I said earlier in the show, it brings back memories of the 300Z. What it also brings back memories of is the 240 or the 180, depending on where you're at. And a little too close, man. I seen somebody did a picture the other day of that thing side by side with a 280, and even the roundness of it and everything was, in my opinion, a little too close. But maybe that was part of they're trying to play on all that too, that they want because the 240s are such a popular drift car that they trying to play on that audience a little bit, guys. Let me know what you think about that. Frank B says he loves those wheels, man. I think the wheels have to go in production on that car, and generally they don't. That's what sad is. Like concepts, usually I'm so blown away by the wheels they do, and they're probably just not practical. Let's see. Any word on the T-top option? Frank, I don't know on that. I need to look into that, and if Tim's still in here, he may know just from his dealings in the auto industry. Are T-tops, I mean, obviously Jeep does a removable roof, but is there some safety thing about T-tops? Because all of a sudden they just quit in the 90s. They just were done. Once the Camaros and all that, they just sort of went away. And I don't know if it was just a trend that they're like, oh, we're not doing that anymore. I agree, though. You talk about nostalgia. If you put T-tops in this thing, and you know, I seen somebody do a rendering of one as a convertible, which was really cool. But I think I would rather have it as a T-tops. Honestly, in my opinion, what do you guys think? Would you rather have T-tops, or would you rather have a convertible? Because a convertible gets to be heavier, and this car is not going to be light as is. Yeah, Frank, they could do what they call that. What is it? A target atop, where the whole center, you just pop the whole center out, kind of like the C8. That would actually be really cool too, and probably be more practical, honestly. Let's see. Kelly says, yes, I love the black and the side. Kelly also says T-tops would be sweet. Rear window louvers. Yeah, we going full 80s there, Frank. Yeah, we'll do the whole kind of the louvers like they used to see on the 280Zs and the Mustang fastbacks and stuff. Yeah, that would be great. That's funny. Let's see. I didn't do this, and I'm gonna have to. I want to get this. Okay, bear with me for a minute, guys, because we're gonna talk Frontier coming up. But I've got to get that to me. So once again, I was running late tonight, guys. Once again, my girls softball team that I coach, little 10-year-old girls, man, they just I love being a softball coach, man. We're not the greatest, but I had a girl hit a big hit tonight, and she was blown away. She was surprised because she got back to the. She's like, "Did I really hit it that far?" And I was like, "Yes, you really did." All right, let's see. Can I get that over there? Once again, guys, you gotta bear with me just a second. I know this is kind of dead air, and I'm doing this on the fly, but I'm gonna have a drink of whiskey. Let's see. Also, you guys need to vote on our next moderator in here. Who should be our next moderator in here? Because clearly Joe was having a time with that the other day, and it shows that I might need some help for Joe. Let's see. Did it download? It says it did. Have patience, have patience, have patience. There it is. Let's see. Save as. So what are you guys up to tonight while I'm stalling here? Bam. All right. I think I can get this in here really quick. I think so. Hopefully you guys are having a start of a good weekend. If this is your weekend, I know some people it's not their weekends, and I used to be one of those guys a long time ago, and it was kind of a bummer when that happened. You had to work. When I worked for Nissan, guys, in manufacturing here in Smyrna, that was you never knew from day to day when you were going to get Saturdays off, and it kind of sucked. I'm not gonna lie, but I honestly was proud that I was building my favorite pickup truck in the Frontier. Once again, I am doing this on the fly, so please have patience with me. I'm a brave man doing this on the fly, right? All right, there we go. That's about as good as we're going to get. So there you have it, guys. There is the potential Pro 4X Frontier. Now, man, sorry if I bumped the mic there. Let's see. Oh, wait. Let's see. Sorry, what's up, DS? Danny, please cover the Nissan SUVs too. Otherwise, it seems like all you're doing is Z's and Frontier. DS, I apologize for that. And if there was some real, like, I haven't been able to get my hands on a Rogue. Like, part of us needing this channel to grow is so that Nissan, like, there was a time when certain people were in the PR department that I could get things really quickly. And right now is not those times because they want me to prove myself a little bit. So that's why we've been pushing a lot for the getting the channel to grow. And honestly, Pathfinder is not a lot to talk about. I've pretty much hit on everything I've been told. 9-speed transmission, whether that happens or not, I don't. This is information I was given by inside sources. Obviously, I think some pictures have been floating around this week showing kind of the interior of it looking very rogue-like. So till we find out more, I can't. There's not a lot to say there. Murano's in redesign right now, and Armada's about to get a refresh. We've seen the refresh. If you've seen the Australian version, what else is there? Not a lot in the SUV category to talk about right now. I keep bugging them to make the Terra here, but anyways. But it's not that trust me, man. It's not that I don't want to talk about it, because when I talk about Pathfinder, if I do a video on Pathfinder, it's generally one of my more popular videos. So there is that. Anyways, let's see. Next moderator, Joe Taylor says, Frank B. or Kelly. Or Silver, or anybody here. Let's see. Let's see. Where are we at? I'm trying to keep up with the... Let's see. You should do a show dedicated to the Maxima. It may be electrified in a couple years. We have talked about that, Bri, a little bit. I think I've been the one reporting that I've been told that it was either two ways. It dies or it goes to a strictly EV. So we will, I trust me, next week we will not be, unless there's breaking news on any of these vehicles, we will be talking about something completely different. Trust me. Because I get tired of talking about a lot of this stuff. Let's see, Joe, where's your question, Joe? Oh, there it is. Sorry. Chat question. Joe Taylor. Joe, if you learned what that super chat button was, you could get your questions answered, but I only kid, Joe. I know you're a young high school kid and have, probably little funds. Let's see. Chat question. The exhaust tips have holes in them just like the Q50 Red Sport with 400 horsepower. It's specific to the Red Sport and no other Q50 has the holes in the exhaust. Does that mean that the 400 horsepower is from the Red? Joe, I think so. But once again, until they... there's just so much speculation, man, and it starts to wear me out about... Everything points to that 3-liter, yes. Everything points to that, but, till Nissan says. Let's see, DS says, thank you. DS, thank you, Danny. We appreciate your videos and live streams. Wait a minute. I'm Dave, man. I'm not Danny. Danny's hardly ever here. I'm just kidding. Well, you can call me whatever. Let's see, DS says, SUV2. Try them before I get right into this Frontier. All right, I think I'm caught up. Thank you. Joe's laughing. So this was sent to me by a friend who saw this in about 20 miles north of me. It was Nissan. They were testing out. Obviously, you've seen both of these trucks. TFL had a picture of that truck out front. It was downtown Broadway, downtown Nashville, a few weeks ago. And nobody picked up on this, and I couldn't from the picture that they had, I couldn't confirm or deny it that it was a Pro 4X. Now, you see the one behind it, which I believe was the one spied with it is a 4-wheel drive, sitting lower. Look at the bumper of this thing. Now, I need to pull up I might be able to do it once again. This is on the fly. I want to show you that bumper and something else that we have, because it looks really familiar to something we've shown you guys before. All right. Nissan hates when I do this, but we just got to, right? All right, so you see that bumper. Once again, doing this on the fly. I should be more prepared, but I'm not. All right, bam, there we are. Oh, what is that? What is that, guys? Look at this thing in all of its beauty. And you can't see me, and who cares to see me when you can see this thing? All right. Anything about that bumper look familiar? Once again, they don't like this picture being out. Trust me. I heard about it a few weeks ago. Again, I heard about this picture. But does that look familiar at all? I'm just throwing this out here. Look at this picture. Look at that picture. You guys do the math on that all you want. But now, obviously, there you see the whole. For the bottom of the underneath the main grill, you see that hole there, which you don't see on the Nismo that I'm showing. But a lot of similarities there, guys. That's all I'm gonna say is look at the grill. Look how it protrudes out. Now, granted, you can tell from the center of the badged up one that looks like that's like sort of like the other Nissan Frontier grill that we've sort of seen. But what do you Frank B, yes, the tow hooks. Don't buy into that too much. I just want you to get a basic idea of the look of this truck versus that one. Now, obviously, the wheels are slightly different. There's not aggressive tires on this truck. But the outline, look at the way the bumper, you can tell the way the bumper cuts between the upper grille and the lower grille. So there is a little bit of that. Now, I still think the one on the right is the Pro 4X. I'm not going to say it's anything. It's all speculation at this point because was not told anything about of this. Let's see. Somebody is commenting. Let's see. Joe Taylor says it looks very similar. Maybe they got rid of the Pro 4X and replaced it with the Nismo. Well, Joe, I've been told that is a possibility. Let's see. Silver says, why does that Frontier look like the Warrior? Silver, have you born under a rock, man? I broke the news in March about this is a potential Nismo Frontier. And yes, obviously it's a rendering, and they want that to look as close as possible, or they want it to have the feel of the Warrior. I've reported for a year and a half now that the Warriors never was going to be built. And if you were to see a Warrior, the Frontier would be the closest you would get to a Warrior. But anyways, I wanted you guys to kind of get a feel for it, look at it. Obviously, the fenders on the potential Nismo version they're a little more aggressive. That definitely that hook you see under the headlight, where it does sort of the backward C there. From the body of the light into the front fender. I've seen pictures of these trucks kind of looking the same way, but let me get this out of the way. Yeah, that's enough of that tease. But once again, you can tell the outline of the, oh crap, let's do this one more time. Sorry. Look at the shape of the underneath the bumper. You can kind of see where it's definitely an off-road version because they want those tires to be able to climb rocks or climb whatever terrain that it is. Anyways, Civil Warrior says he wasn't born under a rock. He's just never seen this. Well, that's all right, man. That is all right. Let's see. I gotta fix something. It's bugging me. Chat box. There we go. This is bugging me because I can't see all the names of whoever's talking there. There we go. Now I can see your names. But I do believe that right now I'm going to say this is a Pro 4X version. Look at the fenders, the rear fenders of it. They look like they're protruding out just a little bit more. Obviously, Nissan now knows they've learned from the mistakes they made in the 16 through 19 Titan that people want their grills and stuff to look. You want the package to look different. You don't want your package to look like the same truck with a different sticker on the side of it. Let's see. Joe Taylor says fender, lift grill, and approach angle. They're definitely more aggressive. Definitely something special under there. There is that. But anyways, this Frontier was spied, and it's one of the more clean photos that I've seen of this particular potential Pro 4X. And once again, I think you guys see what I see when I put that picture up next to it. Let me look at a couple. Yeah, Joe Taylor says the infamous Nismo Frontier. That is true. That is the infamous Nismo Frontier. Kelly's saying Frontier 2 to 3 inches of lift. It's definitely at least 2 inches a difference than the one behind it. Now the one behind it, I believe, was towing. So not a lot of squat, but there probably just a little bit. But it definitely is taller than the other one. But also, if you look at the bumper of that thing, the bottom of the bumper, and look at a TRD Pro, kind of similar there too. And I'm hoping this truck doesn't look too similar. But you guys know I've been so pro Frontier with that Nismo picture that I had up here earlier, and then to see I've been let down when I see some of the truck behind us there. Been so let down with some of that. Let's see. I feel like I missed a question. Let's see. Find it. Tim, finally, no more Z. Yeah, Tim, I'm sorry. I know you're a truck guy, man. But, blah, blah cars. Yes, I agree, Tim. I do love Zs, though. I'm not going to lie. And, Tim, I don't know how a vehicle guy of yourself doesn't like something fast. I can't imagine you got I don't know if you've had a Raptor or not. I would assume you've had a Raptor that you didn't get in it and have some fun with it. Let's see, Dave, this picture makes the side-by-side of the new Frontier look less Titan in that picture. Yes. I do believe, though, that with the Frontier, that they can't go full Titan. Now, the interior, you've heard me whine about that a little bit. Yes, it's pretty close to the current Titan. But once again, I've always liked that. There was nothing about that I didn't like about it. So, you know. Let's see. See where you at there. Bam. Oh, we got a new moderator in the house. Anyways, guys, am I right? Am I wrong about this truck? Now we do know that it's getting that 3.8 liter V6 that's making 310 horsepower. They haven't. Tim, did they say it was on regular fuel that 310? I can't remember. But same 281 foot-pound of torque. I think this truck, you're going to see those numbers bumped up a little bit. I think the torque has to be 290, maybe near 300. Now, that'd be a lot. That's asking a lot for that V6, but they can't keep the torque the same. Let's see. I have a feeling they're going to make the Frontier more full size and the Titan goes bye-bye because that truck looks a lot bigger than the Frontier. Actually, it's the same framing. My understanding is it's not really getting much wider. I just think that the way they've done the front end now versus the more narrow 5 through 20 Frontier looks a little more, it looks a little more narrow, but I don't really think it is. Let's see. ATX Trent, what is going on, buddy? I feel like we haven't seen you since Tuesday. Silver, my time will come. Let's see. Yes, Kelly, I appreciate everything you've done for the show, and if that's some silly way of me kind of paying you back, I do appreciate that. Let's see. I do need a moderator on the other channels, by the way. Anyways, don't fight, boys. Don't fight. Let's see. DS Dave, what is your car on the background behind the Frontier? That's another Frontier back there, DS. Yeah. So the one you're seeing in the front of this truck, DS, is the potential Pro 4X. The one behind that is like a normal SSV. So that's why it's definitely taller. Let's see. Tim confirms that yes, it is based on regular fuel for that 310 horsepower. Let's see. Well, I do enjoy the show, Kelly, and I appreciate it. And I always like when you're on Pickup Truck and SUV Talk show as well. Let's see. Any kind of, we're going to wrap this. We're right at an hour, guys. So you guys have any kind of questions, and Yeah. Joe says you're the moderator on that one. Any kind of final questions? I know this was sort of like there was a lot of Z talk to deal with this week. But I didn't want to not talk about this Frontier, kind of wrap the week up with it. Guys, do you have any kind of questions or anything Nissan related? Obviously, live Sundays, All Terrain Nation, same time, same sort of channel. Go over there if you haven't yet, like and subscribe. We've, what else we got? Oh, I've dropped a potential Ram Dakota video there today. Tim would say otherwise, but that's for us to debate down the road. DS says, how is the Juke doing? The Juke is doing really well. I've got a weird noise in the front end of that car, the passenger side. And I had the wheel off, the passenger side front wheel off the other day, just trying to find the noise. And it really didn't start till I put the Infinity wheels on that car, and those are about to go bye-bye. So I will be curious. Next week I am picking up some new wheels for that car. If Croy's on here, Croy's going to deliver those to me, and I'll probably be in a parking lot somewhere putting these wheels on. But the Juke's been fine, like super fine. It's going to get new tires and wheels, so, and they're a very summer tire that's being put on it, so I'm very excited about that. The Juke is about to get lowered. I forget what is like 30 millimeters, 40 millimeters. I forget what the exact lowering is on that car. I've got to get the mid pipe, so I'm going from the Cats all the way back to the Nismo muffler. I'm cleaning that up a little bit, putting a Stillen mid pipe on that. So that's coming up. So there'll be some Juke stuff coming up, and then I'm thinking, and this is me spitballing, guys. I'm thinking of getting rid of the Juke. So, and it may be given away on this channel. Did I say that? Anyways, I haven't figured out the details on how to do that exactly just yet. But we keep growing. Good things happen for everybody, right? Let's see. Ian asks, what do you think we can expect for towing of this beast? That's a tough one, man. Initially, I thought this thing was going to be on coil springs. I've seen some better resolution pictures where it definitely was on leaf springs. What's the current Frontier at? Is it 7,300 pounds or something towing? I think pretty similar. 8,000. I don't know. I really don't know. That engine definitely has got more power. So I will be curious to see when Nissan starts talking a little more about this. And I do expect, I'm saying this, pure speculation. Nissan has not told me a word about it, but I do expect that we see this truck in October sometime. I do believe that you will see Nissan's, they've got a good thing going. They're releasing cars. June was Rogue. July was Aria. August, they kind of slept on me. I thought we were going to see Pathfinder. Now we got Z. Now it's time for the American market to kind of get its day and them to drop something cool. Obviously, when they do, you know we're going to live stream it. That was so much fun that pretty much any car they reveal like that now, I think, and even on All Terrain Nation, I'm going to try to just live stream it because I had a lot of fun. It was fun connecting with you guys that way. And if we ever get car shows again, maybe I can live stream those and we all connect that way. Let's see. Bye-bye, Juke, Tim says. Tim, it's not a guarantee, but I need to move funds around, and the Juke is taking some funds that may something else may need those funds, so you never know. Let's see. Dave, yes, Joe Taylor, I am going to live stream the QX60, which, Joe, what is the date on that again? I need to look at my calendar, but I guarantee you would you'll know it more. It's like next week, right? The Q60 is. But yes, I will be live streaming the Q60. I do not expect a massive amount of people to watch that one, but we will have fun with that. Yes, the live show is and reveal is great. Thank you, Kelly. Really, me and Danny. So as I wrap this up, me and Danny, we had this idea, and honestly, I didn't know if I could pull it off. Tim is a sweet lover and a Juke hater. Yes, September 25th. I didn't know if I could pull that off the way it went off, and I had to, honest, this sounds cheesy, but I patted myself on the back for that one, because I said it was one of those kind of like Babe Ruth moments where you call your shot. So I told everybody I was going to do it, and then it was like, oh crap, I've got to figure that out. So I was very proud of that episode, and I was happy that Danny could be a part of it. It was honestly, that was pretty epic for the channel. We grew by 100 subs that night. Well, I guess within 24 hours we grew over 100 subs, which may not sound like a lot to some of the bigger channels, but for us that was pretty sweet. The only other time we neared that was when I dropped that Nissan Frontier. We had unprecedented growth then, but I've really, those have been a lot of fun, and I seen there was a couple other channels that were doing the live stream of that, and we just kept trending 2 versus Nissan. So it was Nissan, us, and every once in a while another channel would pop up a little bit, and those people, I don't know if they weren't talking, because what was it, Kurt, Joe Taylor, you know Kurt's Kiefler or whatever it is, good car show, good import car show, but he was live streaming it, and he had over 1,000 people at one point, and his numbers dropped off way big time. There was another guy in .50 or something. I was watching him for a bit. He was trending high, and then he had like 50 people in his thing. Hopefully you guys thought me and Danny were either entertaining or just was, you enjoyed our thoughts on that. So definitely, I was super happy about it, and thank you guys so much for enjoying that. It really was, and I think in some ways those are our future reveals for a bit, and I think that for the channel to grow, if I can't be there, I think that's the best way to do it, instead of trying to do a video of when these manufacturers sometimes will give certain press, like pickup trucks and SUVs, they get more of the insider info than I would get, especially from like with All Terrain Nation, with Ford and all those guys. He'll get the information before I will. I think that's the best way for us to connect to our audience, because definitely we're enthusiasts, but yet I personally try to do my best of to break things down, and Danny has his own part of the show. Danny's a racer and definitely knows those types of things. So hopefully you guys did enjoy that. Let's see, DS says 5K subs at Christmas. Actually, because I do track that, it's February right now. The 1st of February is when we would hit 5K subs, as long as it's going the way it is. But that's fine. My goal is, this is my full-time job, guys. That's my goal. This channel probably wouldn't ever make this my full-time job, but All Terrain Nation might. So if you haven't yet, go to All Terrain Nation, smash that subscribe button. I did a Bronco. This is my final. I keep saying I'm wrapping up, but I did a Bronco video over there, guys, talking about a front bumper. The Bronco, I've ordered one. Is what it is. I like the thing. I think it's pretty neat. Has screws on top of that bumper all over the place. I mean, all over the place. And what it is Ford wants to do a bunch of accessories. I get it. I think Jeep with their Rubicon has done that bumper, their off-road bumper, with the same removable end caps. I think it looks better. My one flaw I can really find about the Bronco right now, and guys, people have ate me alive over that, man. Like, it's funny. I think it's like 50% of likes to dislikes on that video. So if you haven't yet, go watch it, and if you like it, smash that like button. If you don't, oh well. So guys, from all things Nissan. Oh wait, you know the drill. That's good. From all things Nissan here in Middle Tennessee, whether it be Nissan Nation Productions, All Terrain Nation. Currently, this is your Nissan Nation Productions. And guys, what are we? I know you know the drill. I'm waiting for it. We're out. Peace, everybody. Hey, Sunday night, we are on All Terrain Nation. Join us if you haven't yet. And let's talk all things trucks and SUVs. Peace, everybody.